a circle drawing mother and daughter. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods you ancestors served beyond the Euphrates, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. She loved and cared for her daughter, who was now a sixth grader in elementary school. Watching her letting out a joyful laugh with cute half-opened eyes itself was already heaven for her. But when her daughter looked down or angry, the heaven in her mind quickly disappeared. She wished to see heaven continuously in her daughter. She said to her, "When I recognize that it is a moment for you to rule your feelings, I will draw a circle on your back with my finger. Then you will have to decide not to flare up and call upon Jesus. Do you want to try?" "Wow, that's a great idea. In moments where I've forgotten about Jesus, it'd be really helpful if you did that." It was at dinner one evening when the father raised his voice and scolded her for unsatisfactory exam scores. With a contorted face, the daughter wouldn't eat and instead stayed quiet. The mother knew very well that soon her daughter would explode again. Her husband was one of those parents who can't stand it when their children don't study hard enough or when they get bad grades. And when he sees his daughter sitting there with an unpleasant look while being scolded, he'd go at her for that too. She quietly put her arm behind her daughter and drew a circle on her back. Still, the daughter's face didn't change a bit. This time, she drew a bigger circle twice. Then her head nodded a little. Soon after, a peaceful look began to show on the daughter's face. She began to eat again. The mother kept eating as well. She felt as though she could hear her daughters crying out the name of Jesus endlessly in her mind. The mother was discussing a financial issue with her husband in the living room. There was a clear difference in their ideas. While the husband kept carrying his point, she also stood firm on her stance, refusing to give in. When the couple was about to lose control of their minds, their daughter came out of her room. Her appearance halted their emotional discussion. As she too were left speechless and looked at the daughter, she stealthily drew 2 tiny circles on the mother's back. Then she quietly went back to her room. Her inner self was completely shaking and turning upside down. Peace cannot take place in a mind where Jesus is missing. And to this mother, who had completely forgotten Jesus for that moment, her daughter was telling her to call upon Jesus. She didn't want to call upon Jesus. That was her natural ego. However, the other thought was advising her to call to Jesus right away. Her mind had turned into chaos. Meanwhile, the tiny circles on her back kept telling her that she should choose Jesus. Although short, the conflict was nevertheless daunting. Finally, she made up her mind. It would be shameful to let her daughter see her lose the battle when she was the one who had come up with the idea of drawing circles on the back. She decided that she must win this battle and began to call upon Jesus. At once, her inflated balloon of feelings deflated. Her mind found peace. Her face reflected that peace. As her angry look became gentle and mild, the husband also calmed down. She was thankful that her choice brought warmth and peace to her family. It was another experience for her to learn that Either the battle or the peace is decided by a split-second choice.